slow and steady wins the race. You don't need much strength. What you need is more obedience.
God is saying if you are tired, He wants you to understand this message right now. He wants you to understand that He didn't call you to perform for Him. He understands that you are imperfect and you don't have to jump through hula hoops and try to perform for God to earn His loyalty. He said this is a season where He wants you to rest into the fact that He has you in this season, but He wants you to be obedient in that. He wants you to be obedient in your purpose. He wants you to be open enough to where He can use your vessel for the glory of Him. But He's saying you keep trying to perform. And the reason why you keep hitting these walls is because you keep trying to perform for God and He ain't asking you to perform for Him. He ain't asking you. He said He knows you love Him. He knows you love Him. He said, but I'm not asking you to perform for me. I'm asking you to be open. I'm asking you to be vulnerable. I'm asking you to have faith in me. And I'm asking you to rest. I know you're tired. I know you're weary. You don't have to keep pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion to perform. He is saying that there is more endurance and obedience than it is performance. And He's saying in this season, you're going to get further if you just obey and you have faith in where I'm taking you. He's saying, don't focus on the destination. He's saying, focus on me. God gave me Ezekiel chapter 19 this morning, and it's crazy because this Bible chapter hits home for a lot of people who lean on their own human strength when it comes to success, when it comes to purpose, when it comes to just everyday tasks. We think that if we just put a little bit more effort into it, we'll get it, right? But this chapter hits home because in this chapter, this lion, God gave me Ezekiel chapter 19 this morning, and it's crazy because this Bible chapter hits home for a lot of people who lean on their own human strength when it comes to success, when it comes to purpose, when it comes to just everyday tasks. We think that if we just put a little bit more effort into it, we'll get it, right? But this chapter hits home because in this chapter, this lion, God gave me Ezekiel chapter 19 this morning, and it's crazy because this Bible chapter hits home for a lot of people who lean on their own human strength when it comes to success, when it comes to purpose, when it comes to just everyday tasks. We think that if we just put a little bit more effort into it, we'll get it, right? But this chapter hits home because in this chapter, this lion, God gave me Ezekiel chapter 19 this morning, and it's crazy because this Bible chapter hits home for a lot of people who lean on their own human strength when it comes. I'm going to share a few things that God shared with me today. It gets deeper, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. Nehemiah chapter 2 verses 8. King granted Nehemiah's request, not because of politics, but because God's hands was on him. God is saying God's favor opens doors that man cannot shut. You may be stepping into something that feels bigger than you. You don't need to manipulate or beg for what God has already planned. God's hands of favor is what causes others, even unlikely people, to say yes to what He's calling you to do. God will supply everything you need for the assignment. Nehemiah didn't just get permission. He got letters, protection, and timber. The full provision. You don't have to figure out how it's all going to come together. If it's God's assignment, it comes with God's resources. So God led me to the number 7 today. I'm going to do a visual representation of what the number 7 means biblically. So let's get into it. Spiritual order and divine fulfillment. Revelations is filled with the number 7s. 7 churches, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 lampstands, 7 spirits before God's throne. Josiah chapter 6. The Israelites marched around Jericho 7 times, then the walls fell. God's perfect timing released victory. Completion of something difficult or long-standing. Rest in spiritual renewal, divine alignment with God's will, victory after obedience, a holy reset or consecration. The number 7 is very, very powerful in the Bible. It gets deeper. I've taken so many notes today. The number 7, completion, perfection, and divine order, is often associated with God's finished work, rest, and wholeness. This number speaks of spiritual fullness and covenant. The number speaks on completion and perfection in Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 through 3. By the 7th day, God had finished the work he had been doing, so on the 7th day, he rested. God is saying, I see your diligence and your obedience. Just as I completed my work on the 7th day, I am completing a work in you. What has felt like delay is divine preparation. Rest in me, trust me, the walls are coming down. The promise is coming forth in my perfect timing. Okay. I'm out here in the yard on my towel at 9:30 p.m. to deliver this word. But I'm getting ready to go in this house and get ready for bed. But I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.